welcome back to another Chris the Fish 03 video. In this one, we're going to be rescaping the Parrot tank because I am fed up of them making a mess of it all the time. So yeah, as I say, being an OCD for your tanks isn't a good thing when you've got parrots. So of course, I've had to do a massive rescape on this, and I've also got a load of updates for you as well. Alright, so it's been a while, the lights have all come back on. We can see all the fish in this one corner. So we've got our golden Jack Dempsey, which looks really funky. Looks more like an albino crebensis at the moment. Then we got the two over here of the Severums. We got the green terror down there. At the back, on top of the sponge filter, you could just about see his head. We've got the pleco over there. And over here, if he'll come out, you can, here he is. Here's our tiger parrot. Absolutely stunning. Right, so as I've said in a previous video, you can see the state of this tank and what they keep doing to it. Now for somebody like me that is really OCD with my tanks, it is really frustrating. I mean, like, if we have a look, you can see every other one of my tanks is fairly neat, it's tidy, the sand's level, even in the tote, which has got a load of fish in there as well. I mean, like, it's all fairly flat and level and tidy. Now this just does my head in, but it comes with the territory of having the parrots. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take out most of the substrate, if not all of the substrate, and emptying it all into my bucket. So it's probably not going to be the most interesting of videos, but I might give a few updates as well. So make sure you stay tuned, hit the subscribe and keep watching. Alright, so you can already see a dramatic difference in what's happened. Now because it's a soil based substrate, as soon as you stir it up, it just turns the water black or brown or whatever anyway. So obviously, as I've poured it all into here, it's turned the water a nasty black, even though it's still clear. You wouldn't think so, but obviously I can't pour this back into the tank. So essentially, while I'm doing this, I'm just going to turn it into a massive water change. Alright, so as you can see, I'm slowly trying to do this in a process. But it's a bit of a pest because these guys seem to be in a bit of a spawning phase as well, even though it's very, very unlikely that they'll actually lay any eggs from, well, they'll lay any fry. The eggs are going down okay, but it keeps trying to go for me while I'm doing it. But we're 2 buckets in, there's the first one. Let's just keep going. Alright, so I might have upset them at the moment because I've took all the plants out. I've took this rock out, which is what they seem to be very protective over, and the whole inside is just splattered in eggs. Now obviously I'm going to give that a scrub and get rid of all the eggs and everything before it goes back in. It might kind of calm it all down a bit, but for the meantime, as I said before, it's very, very unlikely that they're going to actually spawn anyway, and all it seems to be doing in the meantime is causing a lot of aggression. So I'm going to carry on trying to get as much of the substrate out as I can. I might just leave a little section on the one side or something and make all this a bit barer. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Haven't got any other substrate to put in there yet, so we'll see what's what. Right, so where we're at now, as I said to you, that substrate can be very, very mucky. I've managed to get a fair bit out, nearly a full bucket. Just shows how much was in there. This side's a bit thinner than it usually is. This side's been spread to come throughout. I've got all the ornaments out, so now it is just a case of filling it back up, let it settle, let the FX6 do what it's got to do, and see what I'm putting back in as well. Alright, so now the tank's filled back up. As you can see, it's extremely cloudy. So we're going to leave it to all settle, come back in the morning, let the filters do their job, let all the dirt settle. As I say, unfortunately this is inevitable, purely because of this type of substrate. The only way I'm going to be able to stop it is if I clean all of the substrate out and completely start again, or put some tiles in. I might do the whole tiled base idea, but we'll see what happens. We'll just deal with this for now, one step at a time. Alright, so here we are the next morning. As expected, everything is nice and clear again. So what I've done is I've just put a few more bits back in, like hiding areas. Eventually I'm going to take out all of the ornaments from the tanks and try and go a bit more natural with like wood and rocks. Maybe a few ornaments that look like the rocks and trees, but still things like boats, planes, helicopters, etc. will eventually be coming out. But in the meantime, these are big enough that they can still go and hide in. There's example number 1. So it looks a lot less decluttered, thankfully. Also, I've left a load on this side. Substrate wise, but that can always be funneled down. But I've thinned this side out absolutely massively. It's fun because obviously the eggs are still in there. I didn't scrub them out after all, and they're still looking after them. I'm not expecting anything to come of them, but I'll tell you what, this grumpy old git here that we've called Grandad, every time I try and put my hand in the tank, he's trying to attack me. So it's definitely fun trying to do this tank when you've got fish trying to bite you. But yeah, everyone else is absolutely perfect. The only fish in here that aren't the parrots is obviously we've got the parrot slash red devil. We've got where are they? We've got Steve the Boisha, a bit of glare there. We've got our flowerhorn female, which still hasn't got a name, and then we've also got Dill, our turtle, and oh yes, we've got our yellowy orange Malawi as well. But yeah, other than that, these is just for the parrots, and eventually when he's bigger we'll have the tiger parrot come over here, but that could be a very long time because he's still so small. A little update for the next day as well. We've got probably 10 of the convicts come out of here as well now. They've been spread between some other tanks and one of my mate's tanks as well. I've got 3 dual baby cichlids in here somewhere, which I've swapped for some of the convicts. They're all hiding at the moment because they're still a bit small. You can see our JDs that we had originally are growing nicely, along with the blue dolphin cichlids. They're still going. Surprisingly enough, the 3 pearls are still doing really well. They don't get bothered with. Then if we come over to this tank with our new fish, we've got our tiger parrot, seems as happy as Larry. We've got our green terror coming up to the glass just like the other one does. You know, our gold Jack Dempsey coming up as well. Everybody wants some food. So everybody in here is absolutely fantastic. I am so chuffed. You don't get the best footage in this tank, but you can just see in this corner, where are you, about here, is our electric blue Jack Dempsey. We've got the 2 of them in there purely because of how expensive they are. I want them to make sure that they're safe, so I'm going to leave them 2 to grow up in there before I move them over to one of these tanks. So the tote I thought I'd give you an update on as well. Absolutely thriving still. We've had no issues in here. Straight away here comes that green terror to come up and say hello. Always at the glass, it's like my best friend. The filament barbs and everything all getting along. I'm really surprised considering we've got the Jaggers and the 4 VA heart in this tank, that everything is fine. Even the red-tailed shark in here is doing really good as well. We've still got all of our clown barbs as well. I've got the 3 Jack Dempseys in here as well, which usually you can see, but I think they're all down the bottom or hiding at the moment. I put 4 or 5 of the young convict cichlids in here as well. Whether they'll survive or they'll hide and breed or what, I don't know. We'll just see what happens. There's one of our Jack Dempseys just down there. You can just see him coming up behind the green terror. Absolute stunner. So yeah, hopefully, oh yeah, look, here comes the VA Har as well to say hello. Even our giant balla's doing really good in there. So considering it's an odd mix of fish in this tank, everything seems to be thriving. I've had no issues, which is really good, considering the fact that once it goes in the tote, it's going to be a pain in the backside to try and get anything out if something did go wrong. You know, you got 2 of our Jack Dempseys down here. They're all coming up to say hello. Needless to say, our trickle filter sump that I've done myself is absolutely fantastic still, no issues with it. If I lift up the lid, you can see there's fish all over. Got a couple of plex down there, so the window doesn't allow you to see everything, but you do see a hell of a lot more. As I've also said in previous videos as well, we're nearly at the 500 mark. I want to get there by November, so we've got about a month and a half till the 2-year anniversary. So I want to get to that 500 mark. You can help. All you've got to do is hit that red button down below, absolutely free. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll also get notifications when obviously I post a new video out, or at least you should do. YouTube doesn't always notify you. Me personally, I religiously watch Paul Cafaro videos. I'm subscribed and I've got the bell up for him. I don't always get the notification, but 9 times out of 10 I do. As I say, also on Instagram as well, Chris the Fish Show 3. You can follow me on there, and you can find out obviously stuff that's going on before the YouTube videos come out. So yeah, we've got big plans. Up here we're going to be having a big 60 litre per minute air pump, and I'm going to be putting piping around the ceiling as well. So hopefully all of the internal filters that's in the corner of the tanks will be coming out, and then all the air stones, the bubble curtains and sponge filters, which are also on their way, will all be powered by that one big air pump. I'm sure you've seen a lot of people do it in fish rooms. There's a load of people on YouTube that have done it as well. So of course I'm just basically jumping on the bandwagon, plus the fact it will help me a massive amount on saving money on the electric each month. By putting that one plug in, it will save me 11 different plugs, and then I can obviously sell on a load of the sponge filters and the air pumps, keeping obviously a couple for emergencies like I always do. And then again, that money can go back towards the fish room to improve the fish room. That's basically all I keep doing. I keep trying to improve it. You never know, if I sell some stuff I might even be able to afford a haircut. My God, I need it. Some people may say it's cruel, but I've put one convict cichlid in here just so he's got something to chase and leaves her alone. He's bloody quick anyway, so he hasn't caught it yet. It's been in there for about a day or two already. And as I say, still here, still swimming around, keeps him busy and leaves her alone. She hasn't bothered with it, to be fair. We'll welcome a new member to the tote. Thank you very much, Shane. So our massive clown knife is now settling into the tote, and it means this is going to look that much more fantastic in the videos as well. So come on, comment down below what we're going to call this guy. Blade, I like the name Blade. Or we could call the Black Ghost Knife Blade, as it's Wesley Snipes. Just look at the size of him. What a beauty. I love the way they swim backwards as well. Even got a nice new rainbow shark as well, about 4 inches, and we'll give a shout out thank you to Liam for that as well. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.